Good afternoon, dear. Hope you are doing good. Today we are just, as I promised you yesterday, moving on to the um, practical part. So I just removed Xampp on my computer just to show you how to install it and how to get it. If in case you want to continue working on web design after your graduation from this project. So what we are doing, we are just going to open our browser. Then from here, we are just going to Google. In Google, what I will write Apache, France, Xampp, just like this, Apache, France, Xampp, enter. Xampp, how to write it, Xampp. Then it will take me here, click from the website that it will open for you. You are just clicking where you are just clicking on Xampp for Windows. If you are Windows working on Windows platform, if you are working on another platform or OS like Linux, you are clicking here. If you are working on OS X prototypes like Mac, tablet, anything which is having OS X, you can just download it from here. So we have Windows on our computer, so we are just clicking here. After you clicked here, automatically the download will start. But because I just downloaded before, I will cancel this. I have it on my computer here. I just put it in my drive C and drive S. What I will do after downloading finished, I will just install it. How to install it? Double click it. It will ask you if you are ready to download this software on your computer. I will say yes. Waiting for a while until the wizard will start. Bitnami starting and ask me if I am ready to download this software or to install this software on my computer. It's going to be on drive C. I will say yes. Then this interface will appear. Welcome to Xampp Setup Wizard. I will click next. Here from this part, if you want to have all these, you can just leave it as it is, where it is by default choosing everything. If not, you will just check the required software for our work, which is PHP My Admin. I need it. PHP I need it, because we said that WordPress is working on the base of PHP and MySQL. So I don't have doubt that I will choose PHP My Admin and PHP. Then I will remove everything. I will keep my SQL there, and also Apache is active. So what I have Apache, I have MySQL, I have PHP, and I have my PHP admin. PHP My Admin, I just keep those because I don't want to waste my space on drive C. I will just keep the things that I needed. Then I will click next. Here it's showing me where I want to install my software. You can just change it from here to wherever you want. For example, if you want to put it on another drive, you can just choose it like this. But because I want it to be on drive C, and I have no problem because I'm using this computer only for purpose of teaching, that's why I don't mind if it's on drive C. But if you want to put it on another drive, it's totally fine. You can just do it. Then I will click next. as it's just telling me, yeah, because in the morning I just install it, so I have just to go there to drive C and delete this folder because that I install it in the morning, so it doesn't let me to do it. So now if I click next, everything is fine, and on your computer it's going to be the same because you never installed it before. So for the language, because this software being developed by a group of German people, so they just have English and Deutscher. Because I don't know Deutscher, so I will just keep English there. Then it will tell me that if you want to learn more about Bitnami for Xampp, you can just keep this one active, but I don't want anything because I already know what's Bitnami, and even if you don't know, it's fine. Then I will click next. So here it's just telling me now, Xampp is ready to be installed on your computer. I will say yes, next. Now for few minutes, I will just wait until the installation will finish. Sipping my tea. You can just bring a tea or a coffee. So still it will show me what's Bitnami for Xampp and what else we have included in our Xampp, which is MySQL, PHP, and Perry. But because we didn't want Perry, so we didn't choose it. It's gonna be something else if we were talking about Perry, because Perry is another software that sometimes can be used. So yeah, for now, we don't need any of those other programs. We just pick the required program for our work. So if you just pick them all, it's totally fine. It's not gonna make any trouble for you. All you need just to be uh, careful what you are starting later on. You will see what we will start because you don't need to start everything. We are just starting the things that we needed. We still waiting. Great. So now it just this checkbox is telling us if I want to launch the control panel for Xampp. Yes, I want to because I will work on it. I will click finish and I will keep this checkbox active. Now, this is the control panel for Xampp. As you see here, these are not active because I didn't install it and I don't need it. What I need, I just need Apache and MySQL. Now I have to start these two from the very beginning. Click start because it's green, so it's totally fine and it's working properly. Start this one as well. It's also green, so I have no problem and everything is working perfectly. Now I have to do the second part, which is installing and downloading and installing WordPress. How to do it? First, I have to go and download it. How to download WordPress is super easy. I'm just going to my browser and I will write WordPress.org. Yesterday in detail, we talked about .org and .com. So I guess that you understand why we opened .org. We didn't open .com because you know that .org is for free and .com is required money from us. So we don't want to pay for anything. We will go to .org. Here, if you are just looking to the interface, you will see that WordPress is also available in Arabic, also in Kurdish. Why in Kurdish? Because this is an open source and there's a group of people here, especially from Soleimani, they are working on WordPress And because it's open source, so they are trying to translate everything to Kurdish, especially Kurdish, Sorani. That's why it is available and you can just use it. But because now we don't need to make trouble for ourselves, I'm just getting the WordPress from here, get WordPress. You see, where's the cursor or the pointer is here. I'm clicking. Now it will just take me to here. From this page, I'm just going to download and install. So clicking download and install, it will open this page for me, which here we have two available options. The first one is for Windows and the second one is for Linux and Mac. So because we don't have this two, I'm just clicking on the blue one, which is this is one for Windows. After clicking, it will download the folder for me. It is here. I'm waiting for it to just open. However, I can just cancel this one because already I installed, I downloaded before. I'm just going to my folder, same place. I have WordPress here, as you see. So what I'm doing, first I have to open this folder, WordPress. It is here, double click. Because it's a zipped folder, so I have to extract it. So how to extract it? I'm just clicking on this one and extract. It will tell me that you want to extract it on drive C. Yes, I want. Okay. Now I just extract WordPress and it's here. This is the content of folder WordPress. Now I have to copy this content, copy them all, Control C. Okay. And then I'm going to drive C. Then Xampp. In Xampp, I'm going to open htdocs, double click, create a new folder, name it test site. I will just name it test site. You can just name it your name. You can just name it my page. You can name this, just name it my site. It's all up to you. But I just want to have it in this name. Then open it and Control V. So what you are doing, you are just bringing the WordPress content from the folder and paste it here. We are waiting. Waiting and sipping tea. So again, what I did, I just download WordPress, then I unzip it. I just download it. After download finished, I just unzip it like this. Then I open it. I select all the content, Control C. Then I went to Drive C, Xampp. From Xampp to htdocs. Here I create a new folder and I paste the content of WordPress folder here. This is what I did. Nice and easy. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going back here to my Xampp control panel. And from here, I will create a database. How to create a database? I'm just going to MySQL, then admin. It is here, admin. Click. It will open a browser. And here we are. I'm going to new. Okay. From new, here, I'm on the tab of database. This is the tab of database. After I click new, coming here, I will just give it a name. I will name it impact. Okay. Then from the font that can be available, I will just collect, I will just select the collection, which is like, it means the collection of all the font, because I can just use Arabic, English, Kurdish, whatever I want. So it not make any difference for me. And then create. So now what I have impact as my database. Now to install WordPress, what I have to do, I have to open a new tab on my browser and write local host / then test site. Okay. And enter. Now we are ready to install our WordPress. And we see here it's written localhost test site. This is the name of our folder that we just opened it recently. Then we have wp admin, then setup config.php. So all the things that we are just doing it here and the installation, these information is going to be saved in this file. Later on, I will show you where you can find this file. So here, as you see, you have Kurdish, you have Arabic, you have most of the language on the word. So I'm just speaking English United States and continue. Now it will ask me, I have to have a database name, which is, I name it impact. Then I need to have a username, which is the username for us is going to be root ROOT. Then a password that we don't want it now. Later on, we can just add it, but for now, I don't need it. And for the database host, it's going to be localhost. And for the table proxy prefix, I will just use WP underscore. I don't want to change anything. So what I'm doing, I'm just saying, let's go. First, what was the name of my database? Impact. What was my username? Root. Exactly this way. No password. And as we see, it is localhost. The database host is going to be localhost, and the prefix is going to be WP without any problem, and then submit. Now I'm submitting all this information. Okay. I think I just have to change or to create a new database, because in the morning I use this database, so it will cause us problem. So that this time I will name it Binar. You can name it anything else, but because with the morning I just use this database, that's why it's just telling me may you have some problem with your database. So here is Binar, and it's root, and it's blank, This is localhost, and this is simply like this, submit. So now, because now I fixed the problem of the database, so it's just telling me you can run the installation of WordPress. So for you, you don't need to change the database name because it's your first time that you are installing. But for me, in the morning, I just install it and I just use the same name. That's why it just shows me this error. But for you, it's not showing you any error, and it's gonna just take you to the run the installation without any problem if you are not making any mistake. So here, I'm just clicking on run the installation. Now, this is come to the main thing that is about our website. So what is the name of my website? I can just name it my website like this. I will just name it this name. For the username, I can just name it any. I can just use any username. For example, I can just say ICT afternoon, just like this, ICT for afternoon. Then for the password, it requires me to have a really strong password, something to be strong enough to protect my data. So it asks me to be not less than 8 digits. And then it asks me to have symbol, number, and letters, alphabet, letter, the capital and small. So what is the easiest way to create some sort of password that contain all these information? I can just do it using Mama Sabnar's name. So we have B capital, and so instead of writing A, I will just use at, and instead of using letter R, I will just use 4, which is similar to R but reversed. So this is going to be bnar dot impact. Now it's just telling me your password is really strong and the software is happy and the database is happy with this name, this password. So for the email, I have this email. I will just write this email. So you can just enter your personal email, which is UOS21 dot your code and with the name. Now, this checkbox is just telling me that later on, if I want, after I published my website, if I want to be seen by people while they are using the search engine. So yeah, well, it depends. If you don't want to be your site to be public in this way that everyone to see it, you can't just like leave this check and check. But if you want to be public and everyone can find it while they are using the keywords, so you can just keep it active. I don't care, I just want to be active. It's up to you. Now, install WordPress. Sipping my tea. And waiting. Now it's just telling me, the browser is just telling me if I want to save this password. Yes, I want to save. Now I'm just going to log in. Here is the name. You have to remember this name because you are just allowed to enter to access to your website through this name. And then I just want the browser to remember it. Not every time I have to just tell him or tell the browser to just do me this favor. I will just say login. Perfect. Welcome to your WordPress control panel, which we call it dashboard here. Now, let's go back to our presentation. Okay, so after we just installed our WordPress, first we installed Xampp, second we installed, we download WordPress and then we install it. So now we are ready to just talk about what is in my control panel for WordPress. First, the control panel for WordPress is called dashboard. What do we mean by control panel? Why we call it control panel? I'm sure that in your first cohort, you just took what is control panel. It contained all the information about the software and hardware on your computer. So yeah, that's why we are just calling it control panel, because here is also contain all your information about the website and everything which is related to your website on this dashboard. So the dashboard is what we have it here, is what it look like. It contains two parts. First is the toolbar, and second is the navigation bar. So let's go and see what we have on the toolbar and what is the dashboard. Dashboard is where you can manage everything in WordPress. You can add, edit, delete account content, including page, posts, users, themes, plugins. I don't know, like all the things which is um, on your control panel. Then access WordPress dashboard, you have to enter your login as we did it. And I showed you there, I think, did I? No, I didn't. So this is your account. This is your name, the username that you did. You can edit your profile, you can log out and things like this. So let's go back here. So you can log in and log out from here, as you see. Then how to access to your WordPress here, because you are using a local host, so you are just writing localhost / the name of the folder that you just created in htdocs and enter. It will just take you to / wp minus admin, then enter. It will just take you to the login uh, interface, so you can just enter your username and password and access your database, access your WordPress. But here it just shows the host, because if you are just publishing your website, so you're gonna have a host and you have to enter the URL fully and then enter. It will take you to the same place as it is written here. The URL WP admin, mywebsite.com / WP admin. Now, as we said, we can just like use the toolbars here. If I want to log in or log out, if I want to edit page, if I want to add any new page or any new post or theme or anything, wherever I am on the navigation bar, it will shows me this new and this edit, so I can just add new and edit it. I can just customize any theme that I use it. Here I can just move on from a part to another part, for example, to the home, to the dashboard, to the plugins that I use, so I can just go from here. Then we are just going to the WordPress appearance. What we mean by WordPress appearance? If you are just going here to your website, you see one of the navigator, it calls appearance, and in appearance, there's few things that we're gonna talk about one by one. So let's go back here. So in WordPress appearance, what we have themes. Themes are the main part of our WordPress appearance, because here I can choose the theme that I want to be showing, or the themes that I prefer as a template to use it for my website. So there's different themes is available. You can add new themes. You can just browse a theme that you downloaded from somewhere else, or you are just like bringing the URL of the theme and you can just add it here. So you are allowed to add whatever you want. So what is the theme in general? The theme is the interface of your website, the appearance, how their website will gonna look like. And in general, the themes are created by someone and they just publish it. We have some theme is for free and some themes is just for money. In the morning, we just tried with the student to get some e-commerce theme. We just found one, because in general, it's one of the themes that is required and is used for business purpose. That's why you cannot find lots of e-commerce theme for free. Most of them is for money. And also you can just like change the appearance by using PHP, HTML, CSS codes to just make the change in those themes that you are installing later on or you are just using. Then we have widgets. The widgets is the way that you are managing your interface. You are just putting them in different categories and putting them in different timeline to manage your website, not having old post be in the beginning and the new one be in the end. So you are just like by using widgets, you are just putting the things accordingly based on the way that you want to show your data. So what we have in widgets, we have text, we have custom HTML, we have video, we have image, we have calendar, we have gallery, we have sometimes you can just put as a frame, you can just put a game into your website. You can just add archive, you can just add page, like all the things you can just add it here. It's up to you. You are just like able to change the places of those things. For example, you are just putting this one in the footer, you are just putting this one in the sidebar, you are just putting this one in the header, you are just putting this one in the iframe that you just brought it. So you are free to just manage it from widgets. Then what else we have? We have menu. Menu is like a menu bar that you can add your links to the page that you have in different style. For example, this one here is going to be in this style: home, about, contact, and some sample page. So you can just put it all in one page, and also you can just put them in different pages. So whenever the people is just clicking, or it will just take them to another page, opening a new tab, or it's just gonna open it in the same page as like we did it targeted blank or using no targeted. So it will just open it on the same way. Or you can just put your informations like in one page line, but each of them is going to be one by one. For example, if you are clicking home, it's going to be in the top. Then later on, if you are clicking on about, it's going to be down there. And then it will just keep you on the same tab, same page, but in different locations, you have your information. So this is going to be a bit annoying if you have lots this detail in one part of your menus. So to avoid this sort of scrolling down and scrolling up, you can just like put them in different pages. But if you have less information, you can just keep them in one page, and this is going to be easy and user friendly, and people, they are not getting bored while they are using your website. Then we have plugins. Oh my God, this is the best part, because plugins, it just helps you to do whatever you want. Indeed, it will just make your life easier, because there's lots of plugins out there, and each of these plugins, they are working differently, and each of these plugins, they are doing something for you that will take you hours, but you are just doing it with using those plugins. You are just doing it in few clicks. Maybe it will take you maximum 5 minutes. Indeed, if you are doing it manually, it will take you 2 or 3 hours to just create such a precise and nice, organized page. So yeah, plugins is the heart of WordPress. That's why it just like give more detail here. If you remember the other things, it was just like few text about it, but here we have 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs about plugins, because it shows the importance of plugins in WordPress. So yes, as you see here, it just says March 2017 or 2017, there was 55,286 plugins available on the WordPress websites. So you can just like use them whenever and wherever you want. And most of them are free, because we said that this WordPress is open source. So as I told you, most of them, they are free, and there's few which you have to pay for them, but some of them, it just like worth this money that you are paying for, because it will make your life easier. So if you are working somewhere that they are paying for you, so it's going to be nice and easy to just buy some of those plugins, because you can just use it whenever and wherever you want. Then what we have pages. After we just done from appearance, we are just moving to another um, menu on our navigation bar, which is pages. Pages here, it just lets you to just create new page and manage it. It's up to you how you want to manage your website. So for adding a new page, you are just clicking add, and then from there you can just add the things that you want. For example, here we have text. So for the text, there's those informations, and then we have media, we have form. You can just add those things, and later on, sorry, later on, to make your page be available, you are just making it publish, then click on update to update your website and put the new page there. If not, it won't show this new page anywhere, and it's gonna be just um, in front of you, and no one else can see it. Or you can just make this private. You can just see it by your own, and no one else can see it. Then we have media. In media, it's just exactly the same way that we use iframe. We can put image, we can put video, we can put PDF, we can put a game, we can put a slideshow, we can put whatever is just like coming to your mind. And indeed, if you are using some of these cool plugins and you are adding things through these cool plugins in their places, like in media or in page or in anywhere else, it's gonna make your website so professional and so nice. Then here is just talking about some popular themes that is there out on internet and plugins, I don't suggest you to just read this boring text. Go and Google. Then we have something else. It's called post. Post. This is like more for those who they are, um, let's say bloggers, or they have newses that they want to post it one by one. As I told you in the widget, you can just manage these posts and put them in order. Which one is the newest one and which one is the oldest, and when you want the post to be unavailable after how many days, you can just manage those things by your own. And again, using plugin, it will make your life easier and make also the other part of this navigation part easier for you. So for each of them, there's sort of plugin that you can just use it and see the output faster and easier. So, well, let's go here and check our dashboard. We said this is the toolbar. And as I told you, from here, we can just move on, go back to dashboard, visit website, or just by clicking here, I can just go change the theme, check the themes that is available. If I don't like any of these themes, I can just go here and say add new. Then this is the popular theme. This is the latest one. This is the favorite that I can just browse or bring it from somewhere else, or I can just go and check for sort of theme that I'm looking for. Let's just say I have a portfolio. I want to be fully site edited, and then I will just apply filter. So it just shows me one. I can preview it, see how it will look like. So this is the name, and this is the information. So I can just add this information and make changes and like this. Or I can just go back to the popular, and from here I can just choose one of these themes and activate it. For example, if I want to activate this one, I'm just going here, click on it, because it's not installed, so I have to install it. So from here I can install. If not, let's go back to theme. Those are installed. I can just activate it by clicking. So now this one is activated. If I want to move to anyone else, I will just click and activate it. If I want to create my own, I can just come here and click this one and create or bring any of the things that I prefer, simple like this. So yes, I don't want to take Mom Sabnar's time, so I will leave you with her, and if you have any question, just ask her. While you were just like doing the steps with my hand, may you forgot something or may you pass something, so please go back and check the video and get ready, because it is really fun and you will just enjoy it fully. So how to log out? I'm just coming here, log out. Now I'm out of the website. So if I want to go back, I have to open new one and write local host / test site / wp minus admin. It will just take me to this interface where I can just enter my name and then my password and login. Hola. So you can just do whatever you want and get everything in front of you. So yes, for today is enough because I don't want to give you extra things. So tomorrow, inshallah, we will just talk about themes, and then we are talking about in themes, we are talking about this bit, and then we are just trying to talk about plugins and how to edit, how to add plugins and how to edit it and how to make changes in the website using plugins. So thank you for your time and thank you for your participation. Wish you all the best, and I will leave you with Mama Stabnar. Goodbye for